Inside the human body, a hidden world exists where three powerful lipid forces constantly dictate your health and survival. Decades of conflicting dietary guidelines have made these forces difficult to navigate, often leading to the demonization of all fats. This is the biological fuel audit. When your lipid balance is off, the symptoms are concrete: chronic fatigue, brain fog, hormonal stagnation, and poor recovery. A common reaction is to eliminate all fat, but this leads to a hormonal crash that actively creates these negative symptoms. Optimizing your health is not about shrinking the body through fat elimination. It is about choosing the correct physiological fuel for the human machine. To manage this fuel, we must evaluate three primary players: trans fats, omega-3s, and cholesterol. Every dietary choice forces a biological trade-off. The fats you ingest will either act as a cellular architect to build you up or a systemic arsonist to burn you down. We begin in a cellular environment under attack by a silent destroyer: trans fats. These are artificially altered oils found in cheap bakery items and fast food, engineered exclusively to increase a product's shelf life. This matrix illustrates the damage. Inside the bloodstream, trans fats act like thick black smoke, triggering systemic inflammation and damaging arterial walls. This process actively blocks cellular communication while forcing bad cholesterol to rise and good cholesterol to drop. The trade-off for the convenience and low cost of these foods is the sacrifice of long-term cardiovascular health. Omega-3 fatty acids provide the restorative counterforce. They act like cool rain falling over a scorched battlefield. Securing this guardian requires intentional sourcing from whole foods like wild fish, walnuts, chia, and flaxseeds. These fatty acids function as anti-inflammatory agents, providing the necessary materials to repair damaged cell membranes and bridge disrupted connections. This repair work improves blood circulation, protects the nervous system, and stabilizes cognitive focus. The trade-off for prioritizing omega-3 is a higher grocery budget and more deliberate meal planning to maintain an optimized hormonal baseline. While trans fats are designed to help a product survive on a shelf, omega-3s are required for a human to survive at a cellular level. This brings us to cholesterol, which has historically been labeled the primary enemy of heart health. Cholesterol is an essential building block required for life. Without it, the body cannot synthesize testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, or vitamin D. LDL and HDL aren't cholesterol itself, but transport vehicles moving vital building blocks through the bloodstream. LDL particles become a hazard only when oxidized and excessive from systemic inflammation. HDL acts as the cleanup crew, removing extra cholesterol to keep pathways clear. The true root of cardiovascular danger is not the presence of natural cholesterol, but the inflammation and processed foods that corrupt this transport system. Maintaining healthy cholesterol requires monitoring lipid ratios and moving past simplistic dietary myths to ensure your body has the infrastructure it needs. Cholesterol is a neutral builder that only turns deadly when forced to operate in the inflamed environment created by poor food choices. Every meal presents a final decision. Are you feeding the architect or fueling the arsonist? We can calculate the biological return on investment for these choices by mapping sourcing effort against biological impact. For those just starting, the goal is to substitute fats rather than eliminate them. A high-impact beginner swap is trading processed diet snacks for walnuts. This requires minimal effort, but the specific lipids in walnuts help calm baseline inflammation and reduce afternoon brain fog. If your schedule is demanding, focus on low-friction microswaps that don't require a total lifestyle overhaul. Replacing cheap cooking oils and margarine with flax or chia additives moves you into a higher tier of biological impact. While this requires a slight adjustment to your routine, it drastically reduces the internal inflammation damaging your arteries. For advanced health optimization, the focus must move from absolute cholesterol numbers to maximizing lipid quality. Maximizing omega-3 intake from whole foods like wild salmon ensures clean cholesterol sources and an optimized LDL to HDL ratio. This level of discipline supports peak hormonal production, enhanced physical recovery, and maximum cognitive focus. Achieving these results requires you to trade the shelf-stable convenience of processed foods for intentional biological repair. When you provide the correct fuel, the human machine operates like a complex gear system turning in perfect rhythm. Optimal health is not found in a fat-free vacuum. It is achieved by choosing the specific fuels that empower the architect and start